Hey everyone, I'm here with another layout. This is going to be my third layout with Vicki Boutin Sweet Rush. I did a couple of other layouts and I'm trying to see if I can get videos made of them. If I can't, because I did them for a crop and I did live videos, so I'm trying to recover the live video to post here on YouTube, and if I can't, I will show them later on in a layout share. But let's get to this one. I'm using this awesome paper from Vicki Boutin. This was what's on the back, and I'm so glad I have 2 sheets of these because I'm definitely going to be using this as well. But I thought this would be super fun, and I am doing this layout of my son's dog. We did like a little Easter egg hunt and with the dogs and put little treats in the plastic eggs, and they have so much fun with this. So I was thinking about doing something like this. I'm gonna back this, not sure exactly how I'm gonna do this, but we're gonna see how it goes. But I wanted to point out I used this Sweet Rush, the details stamp, and made some embellishments, and these are so awesome, you guys. Used my hole punch to punch the holes and then snipped, you know, the edges there. So I'm gonna probably bring this in for some journaling. I also made some clips with a couple clips. I'm not sure if I'll use these or not, but here's a couple of clips that I might bring in. And then I used a cut file and backed some little Easter eggs to use possibly as some embellishing as well. And then I do have some items from Sweet Rush and some acrylic pieces from Close to My Heart. I will link all of these items below for you if you're interested, and I think we'll just go ahead with the video here, the process. All right, guys, so I'm gonna back these 3 photos, and I'm just gonna back them all in a row. Not gonna do over. I often overlap, and I often back photos individually, and then like to kind of put them a little bit cattywampus. I don't often do things in a straight line, but I really wanted to do this one more like a photo strip almost. So I just butt all of these 3x4 photos up against one another, and I'm backing it in white cardstock, and then I'm going to add a few more layers. I'm kind of focusing on papers that I've already cut into for my layers, just because it's so hard to cut into these new collections, right? Oh, making that first cut is so hard, but this is my 4th layout with this collection, so I'm getting a little bit better. So I decided I wanted to bring in a little bit of black, but I wasn't sure where I wanted to put the black, and I ended up using it as my final layer. You'll see here in a minute, I'm going to use this cloud paper that's going to be no. I'm going to bring in another paper after this because I wanted to bring in something with a little bit more interest and a little bit more color. So I do find that really fun paper with like the paint swatches, and I'm going to back the photo with that. So it's going to have that thin white layer, then this multicolor layer, then the cloud layer, and then the black, and a really thin black layer. So this is what I end up going with, and I really like it because that color layer, it kind of draws the background colors to the surface a little bit, and it kind of helps tie the photo in with the background paper. I'm not sure if that even makes sense, but to my eye and my brain, it looked good to me. Now you can see I don't have enough of this cloud paper to back the whole thing, but I did not want to cut into my second sheet. So I'm showing you now how I'm going to piece it together and honestly you cannot tell, and there's embellishments that are going to cover up part of this anyway. So I'm backing what I can with it. Then I'm going to line up the rest of the paper with the corner of that cloud piece and kind of glue it right on so it looks like one full piece. I hope this makes sense, and maybe watching it will help make better sense. I'm going to move my trimmer here in a minute, so it'll be easier to see. But you'll see right here, I'm going to line those up, and really in the end, you cannot tell at all. And I'm super happy because I didn't have to cut in to another full 12 by 12 sheet. I almost wish I would have gotten this 6 by 8 pad for this collection, but I didn't because I'd already gotten 2 of each paper and I just didn't feel like I needed the 6 by 8. Sometimes I will get 1 of each of the 12 by 12 papers, and instead of getting 2 of each, I will get the 6 by 8 to help it kind of stretch that paper. But in this case, I didn't do that. So anyway, I'm going to add a very thin layer of the black cardstock, and I have to cut these thin layers with my scissors because my trimmer, I just have a hard time lining up and getting an even border around my photos. So I find it's almost just easier to do it with my scissors. So that is a vellum piece that says yay. I love it, and I thought I would make an embellishment cluster and lay that right over one of those circles. These are the eggs that I showed you earlier, and it's just a cut file I found online that I backed with scraps that I had from this collection. And I'm going to make a fun, cute little cluster up there towards the top there. Now there is a fun little journaling piece that I made with the stamp set. And you guys, if you don't have the stamp set, you need it because you can use it with any collection. And the pieces in the stamp set are so versatile. You can make your own journaling spots, your own embellishments. And I think it's only like $6 or $7 for the stamp set. It's so, so worth it. Now this is another vellum arrow. It says Happy Memories. And I kind of go back and forth with that and change my mind a little bit, but it does end up staying there. Now there's another journaling piece over there with that clip, and I just layered it underneath the photo. And I was going to add another small embellishment cluster right there, and I'll be honest guys, I completely forgot. I may go back and add maybe some hearts or something, but I don't necessarily think it absolutely needs it. So we'll see. I may not. We'll have to wait and see as I look at this as it sits on my desk if I decide to or not. All right, I found that happy die cut in the embellishments, and I'm going to layer that down next to that other egg cluster, and I'm going to end up spelling out Happy Easter. Very, very, very boring title, but I was just letting the ephemera and all of the things work for me when trying to figure out that title. These are pictures of my son's dog, and on Easter we took a bunch of Easter eggs and filled them with little treats and put them around the backyard, and we've been doing this for our dogs for a few years, and they love it. They crack open the eggs, and he was a little new at it and wasn't exactly sure what to do. The other dogs, they just knew exactly what to do. It was so funny. And I'll have layouts with them coming up in a future video probably. So with those eggs, I did pop up that green egg to give a little bit of interest and dimension. And now I'm trying to decide if there are any different like wordy bits that I can put up there instead of that Happy Memories arrow. And I'm gonna kind of audition a few things, but in the end I do go back to that Happy Memories. You can see also that there's that, nope, that was too much. You can see I have that little piece above the eggs. It says something about eating candy or whatever. And I thought that might be appropriate because, you know, treats to them are like candy. And I thought that might work, but I end up changing my mind. Here I'm thinking about this little saying, but it was just too wordy and took up too much of the space. It was too heavy at the top. So here we go. I'm just going to put it back up there, and I'm going to decide to commit to that arrow. This paper, background paper, kind of threw me off a little bit when trying to figure out how to do a layout with it. And then I just decided, you know what, Tisa, just treat the paper like it's cardstock or anything else, and just build your layout on top of it and use the circles where you can. And that's why I used the one circle to start my embellishing clusters with that yay. And I felt like tilting my photo cluster broke up that grid-like design that the circles kind of make, and I do like how that looks too, rather than having the photo straight and have it be more grid-like. This kind of changes it up a little bit. So I'm going to start creating a little cluster here on top of that journaling spot, and I pull in one of the stickers from the sticker book. It's a floral, and then the 2 eggs. And then honestly, guys, I'm going to just embellish a little bit with some of the puffy hearts that came in the collection. And then after I stopped filming, I forgot that I took out those close to my heart acrylic hearts, which I absolutely love. And I end up pulling those out, and I add a heart to each cluster. So stay tuned for the close-ups for sure. You want to see these hearts. They are so cute, and they're very thin. They are not bulky at all. So I absolutely love how those hearts look. They are in the close-up photos. I'm really sorry that I did not include them. You know, sometimes that just happens. I stop filming and I remember something to add something little, and I just don't pick up, you know, start filming again. This is a really old foam alphabet thicker set that I'm using to spell out Easter. I ended up not having a T, so I kind of had to Frankenstein a couple of things to make the capital T, but it worked out fine. It's so frustrating, right? When you get down to, I still have so many letters left on there, but all of the main letters are, I'm starting to kind of use those up. So I have to sometimes make my own, which is totally fine with me. I did pop up the happy on some thinner foam tape, because with all of the layers on my photo, it kind of was sitting a little bit wonky, overlapping the photo like I wanted it to. So adding a little bit of foam tape really did help. Now, many of you heard me say before that I like to have like a shelf for my photo to lay on, something so it doesn't seem like it's floating. And that title really does help do that, where the photos are kind of sitting on the title. But I saw this scallop sticker and I thought, oh, that's going to be perfect to kind of extend that title and add a little bit of a shelf for my photo. I did struggle with getting this laid down, trying to tuck it under the photo, but eventually here we go. I did get it, and I really love, it's just something little, but I love how that just, I don't know, it gives the photo a home, you know, gives it somewhere to sit, and I really love that. Now this is where I'm going to go through and pick out some of the puffy hearts, and I'm going to pick out some of the just round little puffy dots as well. Instead of using sequins, or instead of using like Nuvo drops or enamel dots, I'm just sticking with all of these little puffy pieces. And we're going to add some to the top right, cluster to the one cluster on the right, and then down by the title. And you guys, if you do not have this collection, it is so versatile. You need to check out my Instagram. It's at Tisa Brown Creates. I'll link it below, but you can see I have made 4 layouts, I think, with this collection, and they all look so different, and I absolutely love it. Oh, by the way, this collection is available at my little scrapbook store, and if you use my code TISAREF, you can save 10% on your first order for my little scrapbook store. So it's for new customers only right now, but it's a special she has going on. Use that code, save 10% off your first order, and it doesn't matter how big your order is, you're going to save that 10%. And yeah, so use that code. I'll post that below as well, and I'll post all of the links to all of the products. If you're interested in the acrylics, then you can check out my Close to My Heart website, where you can find those as well. So here I'm giving you a little bit of a close-up. This is without the hearts, and you can see I added some splatters in those 3 corners, and now is where you will see the hearts and the finished product. There's one of those little hearts. Oh my gosh, aren't they cute? Oh, love it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Check out everything in the description box, and I hope you come back again. Bye.